Professor Hart is interested in knowing about the culture of the city he is living in. He is listening to a podcast talking about San Pedro Museum and EPM's Interactive Museum.
San Pedro Cemetery Museum. San Pedro Cemetery, located in the north of Medellin, was built in 1842 and named a museum in 1998. 1 year later, it was declared a national monument of Colombia. Its history and funerary monuments make this place an integral part of the cultural and architectural heritage of the city. The memories of many prominent figures in the history of Colombia lie in this cemetery. Although it falls under the category of funerary sculptures and architecture, the place has begun to become known as a new referent for artistic diffusion. Local and national collections of art are preserved there, and on full moon nights, concerts, shows, storytelling, theater, and dance performances are held. In 1842, 50 elite families from the city put forth the initiative to found this cemetery in order to have a place of their own for their deceased. By that time, the small town of La Candelaria, currently called Medellin, didn't even reach 10,000 inhabitants. But it was growing fast due to the strengthening of major economic groups, the consolidation of trade, and the railroad building. Therefore, these 50 important families decided to construct a new cemetery. The only cemetery in the city by that time, San Lorenzo, was getting too small to continue providing the service to all the families in this blooming city. In 1999, it was included as a site of national cultural patrimony due to its artistic richness. All along the cemetery, you will see striking artistic works of art that are part of mausoleums, sculptures, and monuments, and done by renowned foreign and local artists of the era, such as Bernardo Vieco, Marco Tobón Mejía, Melitón Rodríguez, and Agustín Gouverts. There are free guided tours through the cemetery on Sundays from 2 to 5:30 p.m. The beauty of this place can be better appreciated by joining a guided tour so that you can discover the different exhibitions the place has to offer. Besides, when the moon is full, you are invited to take part in theatrical, musical, dance, and poetic presentations that are sure to make your visit there a night of pure magic. The EPM Interactive Museum. The EPM Interactive Museum is part of the Barefoot Park, and around 1,000 people visit it every day. And of those 1,000, they are mostly students. The museum is composed of 22 rooms in 4 buildings, which you can tour for educational and entertainment purposes. You will find technology explained in an entertaining way, and you can also interact with the physical principles of water, energy, gas, and telecommunications. It is funded and managed by Empresas Públicas de Medellín. The EPM Interactive Museum is a magical world of science and technology. Through fun activities, both children and adults have the chance to understand how the services provided by your public utility company work. The EPM Interactive Museum challenges young minds to understand the scientific world around them and how things work, including popular questions such as, how is it possible that we get water from simply turning on a faucet? Where does electric power come from? How does your voice travel through the phone? What will happen in the near future if we do not take care of our environment? EPM formed the notion of this museum after a company visit to the Electrum in Quebec. They decided to research other interactive museums in the world, and after 6 months of research, they presented a proposal to the Gerencia General de Empresas Públicas de Medellín. Francisco Cardona Troll was the engineer in charge of the project that would soon become the EPM Interactive Museum. With the help of a professional team of engineers, journalists, publicists, designers, and decorators, they began to build it on January 1st, 2000. In just over 9 months, the idea became reality when they officially opened the doors to the new facility on November 16th, 2000. When you visit the EPM Interactive Museum, you can visit galleries dedicated to 4 categories named after some expressive words from the Cocama language, spoken by a Colombian indigenous tribe with the same name that live in the Amazon territory. There are 4 separate learning buildings inside the museum, and each has its own central learning topic. The 4 categories of scientific principles are Ikua, knowledge; Huarachi, sun and sky; Ikuaka, thought; Pucallupuna, red ceiba, native tree to Colombia;